Breaking news. Erdogan of Turkey has criticized the West and called Israel a terror state. To further his repeated criticism of Israeli leaders and their Western backers, Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan said on Wednesday that Israel was a terror state, committing war crimes and violating international law in Gaza. Erdogan made these comments 2 days before he was scheduled to travel to Germany to meet with Chancellor Olaf Scholz. He called Israel's military campaign against the Palestinian militant group Hamas the most treacherous attacks in human history, and claimed that Israel has received unlimited support from the West. He reiterated his and Turkey's position that Hamas is not a terrorist organization but a political party that won previous elections, and he called for Israeli leaders to be tried for war crimes at the International Court of Justice in The Hague. Unlike Turkey, the United Kingdom, the United States, the European Union, and some Arab states all consider Hamas to be a terrorist organization. Turkey's capital city of Ankara provides sanctuary to Hamas members and advocates for a two-state solution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. With the savagery of bombing the civilians it forced out of their homes while they are relocating, it is literally employing state terrorism, Erdogan said of Israel in parliament. I am now saying, with my heart at ease, that Israel is a terror state. We will never shy away from voicing the truth that Hamas members protecting their lands, honor, and lives in the face of occupation policies are resistance fighters, just because some people are uncomfortable with it, according to him. Since Israel began bombing Gaza on October 7 in response to Hamas attacks, Erdogan's trip to Germany would be his first to a Western nation. While reiterating its support for Israel, Germany has also called for measures to be taken to mitigate the suffering of civilians in Gaza. The West, namely the United States, is unfortunately still seeing this issue backwards, said Erdogan. He demanded that Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu reveal whether or not Israel possessed nuclear weapons, adding that Netanyahu was "goner" to resign soon. He said the fighting was a matter of cross and crescent, comparing the conflict between the Jewish state of Israel and the Palestinians to a war between the Christian and Muslim worlds. He also said that Turkey would take measures to have Israeli settlers in the occupied Palestinian territories designated as terrorists. Hussein Hayatsever and Tuvan Gumrakesiu contributed reporting. Andrew Cawthorne and Toby Chopra revised and edited the manuscript. While defending Israel's offensive into Gaza on Monday, a government spokesman admitted that the optics of the airstrike campaign and ground offensive are bad, but insisted that Israel cares not about how things look. You're right, it doesn't look good. On Monday, Eylon Levy told Chris Cuomo of NewsNation that the group was not fighting for its reputation but rather for its very existence. About 1,200 people were killed and another 200 were taken hostage when Hamas militants launched a surprise attack on border settlements at the beginning of this month, sparking the conflict between Israel and Hamas. The optics of the October 7 massacre are even worse: 1,200 people who were brutally executed, butchered, beheaded, and burned, Levy said. Many of them tortured and mutilated before they were killed, and their bodies mutilated after they were killed. That's what we're up against, and it's our right and duty as a self-defensing people to wipe out the terrorist group responsible for it. According to the health ministry in Hamas-controlled Gaza, over 4,600 Palestinian children have been killed in the subsequent war, prompting criticism of the Israeli government's handling of the military operation. The Biden administration has been a staunch supporter of Israel throughout the conflict and has lobbied for improved access for humanitarian aid into Gaza from that country's government. As negotiations over hostage releases continue with Qatar as a mediator, the Biden administration has lobbied for longer humanitarian pauses in fighting than the 4 hours that Israel agreed to last week. Recently, the focus of fighting in Gaza has been on Gaza City, the largest city in the territory, and more specifically on the city's medical facilities. Both Hamas and hospital administrators have denied Israeli claims that Hamas militants use hospitals as command posts and entry points to underground tunnel systems.